this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1998 movie Halloween H20. This one it's alright. I don't think it's one of the best in the series, but I enjoyed it. It takes place 20 years after the events of the first two movies, and Laurie Strode is in hiding after faking her death. She's like the headmistress of this high school academy thing, and she's got a boyfriend and a son and everything, and she's still suffering from PTSD from the events of the first two movies, of course, and everything. But Michael Myers is on his way to track her down after he breaks into the house of Marion Chambers, who was taking care of Dr. Loomis before he died, and he finds Laurie's whereabouts through papers and stuff in her office and everything, so he goes after Laurie. I thought this was a pretty good movie. It's not one of my most favorites in the... Well, actually, it probably would be higher up there on movies in the franchise, but it's not one of the very best, though. But I do still enjoy it quite a bit. I think it could have been a whole lot better if it wasn't for the for what happens in the next movie. Kind of like how Halloween 4 would have been better if it wasn't for what happens in the movie after that. But I think Steve Weiner did a pretty good job directing. It's written by Robert Zappia and Matt Greenberg, and Kevin Williamson had originally helped write it and everything. I don't think a lot of his stuff ended up in the script, so he went uncredited and everything. But this was the cast in this is pretty good. I think Jamie Lee Curtis is really good as Laurie Strode in this movie, and she's also in this movie, she goes by Carrie Tate. That's her name that she goes by since she faked her death. But I thought she did a pretty good job playing her again. Everything. I liked how realistic the performance felt and everything. I thought it was one of the best performances we've gotten from her as the character. Adam Arkin plays her boyfriend Will, and he does a pretty good job too. And everything. He's a decent character. Janet Leigh plays her secretary Norma, and I thought she was pretty good too. I thought it was cool getting to see her and Jamie Lee Curtis in a movie together and everything, because of course she's Jamie Lee Curtis's mom, so I thought that was pretty cool getting to see the two of them together. Josh Hartnett plays Laurie's son John, and I think he does a pretty good job and everything. I was kind of disappointed we didn't get to see him in Halloween Resurrection, because there was not really that much of a reason why he shouldn't have been in it. Michelle Williams plays his girlfriend Molly, and she's pretty good too. I've always liked Michelle Williams. I always thought she was a pretty good actress, and this is back in her Dawson's Creek days and everything, so this is really before she started hitting it big and everything. It's kind of weird going back and seeing her and stuff like this before she's become the actress we know today. Adam Hanberg plays their friend Charlie, and he's pretty good too. He's kind of like the one that wants to get laid and everything, and then his girlfriend Sarah is played by Jodie Lynn O'Keefe, and she's pretty good too. They're both like the ones that want to have sex that, of course, Michael is definitely going to go after because of that, because that's a typical slasher thing. But they were both pretty good, and both of them had decent kills. I think that Sarah's kill was a little bit cooler and everything, because we don't really get to see a lot during the kill, but when we see the aftermath and she's like hanging in the closet and they turn the light on, and he somehow like put the light inside of her body or something. It's really, really weird, but I thought it was a pretty cool scene. LL Cool J plays the security guard at the campus, Ronnie, and he's like writing these erotic stories and reading them to his wife or his girlfriend or whatever, and it's kind of humorous and everything, and I actually liked the character quite a bit. I thought he was pretty amusing, and I thought he was a pretty cool character and everything. And Chris Durand plays Michael Myers, and I thought he was okay. He's not one of the best ones to play the character, I don't think, personally. And I don't really care too much for the mask either in this movie. You know, some of the movie, the mask is obviously CGI and everything. I just didn't really like that very much. Like I said, he was okay as Michael, but I didn't think he was real great. I really did like most of this movie though, and I also thought it was cool. Joseph Gordon-Levitt has a small cameo at the beginning of this movie as well, when he's like helping Marion Chambers. He's like going through her house, making sure that there's nobody in there, because she can tell that it's been robbed and everything. And he like steals beer out of her fridge. I thought that was kind of funny and everything. It's weird seeing him back in those days nowadays, because I haven't really watched a lot of his older stuff in a long time, but I thought that was pretty cool and everything. But now I love the way Laurie's PTSD is portrayed in this movie. I think it's really realistic and everything. I think that they did a really good job on that. I mean, I have PTSD, so I can kind of relate to it and everything. So, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love it. The score, I'm not for sure who did the score for this movie. I think it was John Ottman. I could be wrong, but I thought his score was okay. I didn't care too much for it. I think it's actually one of my least favorite scores out of the movies and everything, but I thought it was okay and everything. But all in all, I think Halloween H20 is an alright movie, but Resurrection kind of does take it down a notch for me, because of the fact that Resurrection kind of messes up the ending of this movie and everything. So I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10, because I do like this movie a lot, but Resurrection kind of ruins the ending. If they would have just ended it with this movie, it might have been it would have been a lot better and everything. But I just don't like the way what happens next. So this is one of those that just suffers from from the next installment and everything. And God help me, I'll be reviewing Resurrection next. I'm not looking forward to revisiting that movie. I'm really not that excited for it. It's not one of my favorites, but then again, I don't know very many people who would say it is one of theirs. But let me know in the comments what you think of H20, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.